Welcome to the second night of the OperaLex 2020 virtual Encore event. Thank you for joining us this year in this special online platform. We look forward to a night of community, celebration, and most importantly, music. Without further ado, here are your hosts for the evening, Dr. Sandy Archer and Dr. Everett McCorvey.
Good evening and welcome to the second of 3 nights of OperaLex's virtual Encore 2020. Once again, I'm your co-host for the evening, Sandy Archer. I am proud to serve as the OperaLex president and I'm thrilled to be with you tonight. It's great to be sharing my hosting duties again with the man that needs no introduction, Dr. Everett McCorvey.
Thanks, Sandy. And hello, I'm Everett McCorvey, and I serve as the artistic director of OperaLex, and we are delighted to have you here for a second evening. We hope you're continuing to stay safe and healthy and happy during this time, and we are honored that you have chosen to spend another night with us. Over the next 2 nights, you can look forward to more virtual performances from our University of Kentucky Opera Theater students, faculty, and alumni. We're going to start you off with a unique and exciting performance of the Toreador song from Bizet's opera Carmen. This is a baritone standard, and tonight, instead of having one baritone, we have 4 baritones who are going to blow you away with their rendition. So please welcome Michael Priestley, Taeyoon Moon, Christopher Burchett, and Clement Beloy singing the Toreador song from the opera Carmen by Bizet.
Seigneur, car avec les soldats, oui, les toreros, de son ordre, pour plaisir, ils sont les combats. Le cirque est plein ce jour de fête, le cirque est plein d'automate. Les spectateurs perdent la tête, les spectateurs s'interpellent à grattanteur. Apostrophe grisée d'avance, poussée discret dans la filaire, car c'est la fête du courage, c'est la fête des chants de cœur. Allons, en garde, allons, allons. On fait silence, ah que se passe-t-il? Le frisson l'instant, le frisson l'instant, le taureau s'élance en bondissant, en clitoris. Il s'élance, il entre frappé, un cheval roule, entraînant un picador. Ah bravo tore, il est la folle. Le taureau va, il vient, mettre en avance. Ce taureau, c'est mon allié, plein de fureur et cool, le cirque est plein de sang. On se sauve, on franchit les cris, c'est au deux maintenant. Allons, en calme, allons, allons, allons. sono ancora che nel mio arte l'amor dato ore amor l'amor dato ore amor ore amor l'amor dato.
For those of you who aren't familiar, the mission of OperaLex is to enhance the general public's awareness and appreciation of opera in Central Kentucky and throughout the Commonwealth, primarily through support of the opera program at the University of Kentucky, including, but not limited to, awarding of student scholarships under the direction of the Board of Directors and the continuation of the corporation's educational and public programs. And for more information, go to our site at operalex.org.
We are so glad you're here, and we appreciate your support of OperaLex and UK Opera Theatre. We hope this evening will be a time of community and a time of celebration, and we're looking forward to providing you with some wonderful entertainment.
The funds raised tonight will help us provide student scholarships, provide student outreach programs where we will bring opera into schools throughout the Commonwealth, help support UK productions, and help support the Metropolitan Opera National Council district auditions, and many other activities. You are in for a real treat again tonight. We are now going to pass you on to some more music from these talented individuals.
entsendest du der Ferne, in echt Bedämmerung teilt dein Liebesstrahl und freundlich zeigst du den Weg aus dem Tal.
We would like to take a moment to say thank you to all of our OperaLex sponsors: Liquor Barn, Alltech, Bryant's Rental, Central Bank, Doug Martin Law Office, WLEX, WUKY, Highbridge Spring Water, Keeneland, Monster Color, Portofino's, Ruth Hunt Candies, Stites and Harbison, Wyatt Law Firm, UK Healthcare, Stephen Webb, Myra Tobin, the Bravo Guild, and all of the OperaLex board members. Thank you all for your support of OperaLex. Now please enjoy the special message from our featured sponsor, Liquor Barn.
At Liquor Barn and Party Mart, we know that running out of your favorite drink isn't the end of the party. With the new Liquor Barn app, you never have to worry about running out of your favorite drink ever again. We deliver right to your door. When you are down to your last drop, use the Liquor Barn app for easy ordering and delivery. Liquor Barn and Party Mart, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
Thank you. Chi sono un poeta, che cosa faccio? Scrivo, e come vivo, vivo. Il povertà mi allieta, sciallo da gran signore, rivenni d'amore, sogni e meriti bene, e per castelli aria. L'aria entrar con voi ora per i miei sogni usati, per i miei sogni miei, posto sedi in furto ancora. Poiché m'ha preso stanza la speranza, orca mi conoscete, parlate voi, e parlate chi siete. Mi
Thank you, Taylor Comstock, for that beautiful rendition of Que Jolly Damanina. We have a story now that we want to highlight for you. Karen Czar is one of the reporters at WUKY, and she's done a highlight story on Christopher Kenny, one of our alumni from UK Opera Theater. Christopher is currently in the Chicago Lyric Opera program, and Karen was able to catch up with him and do an interview. So let's enjoy this interview with Karen Czar and UK alum Christopher Kenny.
We got nothing to put on a clean white suit for. What we need is what there ain't no substitute for.
Christopher Kenny wanted to be a fighter pilot in the Air Force, but his path was altered in part by a voice teacher when he was a junior in high school in Minnesota.
I tried it. The voice teacher was like, "You need to look at this seriously." I was like, "Okay." So about 11th grade, I studied with a private instructor in the Fargo area. And after that, I got in contact with my undergrad professor for voice, and I was taking part in the opera in Fargo Moorhead, which was La Boheme, and I was part of the course. And I said, "Hey, this is pretty fun. I could do this." So I decided to pursue a degree in Bachelor's in Music of Vocal Performance, and I got scholarship, grants, and everything, so that eased the financial cost of going to Concordia, and got my 4-year there. Joined the choir, did the whole singing bit.
Kenny took up private lessons and headed to Concordia College, where he fell in love with opera.
It's a spectacular. It's just wonderful to see. I like big things. I like gregarious things, and the opera kind of embodies that whole idea of just il like the grand opera.
When it was time to look at graduate programs, it was the rolling hills of the bluegrass and the University of Kentucky that Kenny would call home. He said he felt UK's opera program was the best fit to put the finishing polish on his rich baritone vocals.
I took voice lessons from Cynthia Lawrence, and she had a lot to give. She had a lot to give as far as performance lifetime and everything. Doc was great. He had the overall foresight to see things into the future that just is truly like the Docisms, we call them. It's all around my experience educationally there. It was all about going to a higher level of standard and excellence, and everyone there really pushed me for that. So that was really what I was thankful for.
And that training catapulted him directly into the professional world of opera.
After I graduated from UK, I went to Philly for a while. I sang at the Academy of Vocal Arts, and then I was immediately offered a position at the Young Artist Program in Washington, D.C. at the Kennedy Center. So that was a great step up, and I loved my time in D.C. So after I got to do my program in D.C., I was offered another position at the Ryan Opera Center here in Chicago, singing for lyric opera, which I just finished up. So in the meantime, in between all of those gigs, I sang at Santa Fe, Central City, I've sung in Prague, I've sung really all over the country, and the opportunities just keep coming in. Even now during this whole pandemic thing, I've got a few more offers hopefully in the pipe here, and down the road, things are going to be better, so, I just keep on with it.
And with shows on hold across the country because of the pandemic, Kenny was one of countless artists whose livelihood has been put on hold. With things up in the air, his career path may be coming full circle, back up in the air to his childhood dream of flying. He got his pilot's license just before coming to UK back in 2014.
There's a lot of uncertainty now, of course, and contracts are on hold, things are getting delayed, pushed back. So it's right now kind of it's a battle to see kind of who can survive and who can manifest their own ways of getting through this whole pandemic and finding other ways to kind of survive in the meantime. I know for myself, I'm studying to be a flight instructor as my spare thing. So it's going to be tough, but in the future, I'll still keep performing.
Kenny was able to finally perform recently in front of a live, socially distanced audience at the Daily Plaza in Chicago. He trusts the arts will rebound and had this advice for those who are still in limbo.
Keep digging, keep fighting, find multiple different avenues of making money, making art, making anything. Read books, don't let the pressure get you down. Just do not quit, be relentless.
And to his Lexington family?
I always like to say that my family at UK Opera Theater, Cynthia Lawrence, Doc, all of them, they were just instrumental in getting me along in this career. And I really have to thank them so much because every time, even now going back to Kentucky, they always say hi. I always come in, and it's like you never left. It's just a really supportive big family. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody in Lex, and I miss y'all so much.
Thank you, Karen, for that wonderful interview, and thank you, Chris Kenny, for being available to be interviewed. We're so proud of our students. Next, we have a wonderful segment that I'm looking forward to. Melissa Wegner is the Executive Director of the National Council auditions at the Metropolitan Opera. And we've known someone else in that position, and you've certainly known this person, Gail Robinson, who was on our faculty. When she came to UK, she had been the executive director of the National Council auditions. And when she retired from the Met, we were able to bring her here as an endowed chair, and she was here for 8 years before she passed on. And but Gail helped us to start the relationship with the Met through OperaLex. And that relationship started around 2000. So for almost 20 years, there has been a relationship between OperaLex and the Metropolitan Opera. And we've been extremely excited to have winners from our district, starting off with Gregory Teray, who was one of the youngest winners of the Met audition. And then recently we've had Reginald Smith Jr., who was a national winner. And this year we had Blake Denson, who was a winner. And we had Kimon Murrah, who was in the national semifinals. In addition to Gregory and Reginald and Blake Denson as winners, we've had national semifinalists, including Monica Dewey, Matthew Turner, and several others. And so it's been very exciting to see that relationship grow and develop. Melissa has been to Lexington as one of the judges, and the judges have always commented on the talent that comes from Lexington through OperaLex to the Met auditions, and it's one of the popular sites on the Metropolitan Audition Trail. So let's hear from Melissa Wegner, Executive Director of the National Council Auditions at the Metropolitan Opera.
A huge thank you to OperaLex. I'm so pleased that you are continuing on with your online gala this year. As you know, as I know, this is a year where opera and young singers need our support more than ever. It has been a real privilege to visit Lexington over the years and meet several of you. I really appreciate all that you have done to support our National Council auditions with your talent and your time and your donations. This year especially, we are really needing to continue to connect young singers with prize money and opportunity. So I cannot thank you enough for what you're doing to help continue this great tradition. We are pleased to be going to a video format for some of our rounds this year, and we hope to culminate with the semis and grand finals at the Metropolitan Opera in May of 2021. The talent in Lexington is overwhelming. We were so pleased to have Blake Denson among our winners this year and Kimon Murrah as one of our semifinalists. Who knows who we'll discover this year? I look forward to it and to be able to visit Lexington again and all of you in person. Thank you.
And now the 2020 Metropolitan Opera National Council Auditions winner, Blake Denson. Metropolitan Opera National Council auditions national semifinalists for 2020, Kimon Murrah. Well, we're getting ready to introduce you to some more special students and alumni, including one of our co-hosts for the evening, Miss Jenna Day. Jenna is an alumni of UK Opera Theater, and you probably remember her for her beautiful performance in our 2015 production of South Pacific. Jenna was also Miss Kentucky, and I guess Once you're Miss Kentucky, you're always Miss Kentucky. She was Miss Kentucky for 2013 and represented us beautifully. Jenna is with some of our Getchell scholars, so we're going to turn the program over to Jenna. Take it away, Jenna.
Thank you so much, Everett and Sandy, for having me back for Encore Night 2. You know, I realize that this year looks a little bit different, but I think it's also really special because unlike most Encore events, where we only get to visit with our Lexingtonians, we get to see some of our Getchell scholars from around the world and also around the country. And so today we are going to be interviewing some really special people. I'm actually going to open it up to you guys, and we'll just go around, say your name, when you graduated UK, or maybe you're still a UK student, so say like where you are in your education and where you are now.
Hello, my name is Farron Rogers. I am a May 2020 graduate. I live in Lexington, so I'm a local. And right now I work for a national nonprofit. I work for the Kentucky branch called Jobs for America's Graduates as I look at moving into my singing and teaching career.
Hi, I'm Gabrielle Elena Fuqua. I'm originally from Florence, Alabama, and I am a May 2020 graduate as well. I'm currently in the process of moving back home to be closer to my family and looking for work and hopefully using my degree in some way. So thank you for having me.
Well, my name is Zachary Morris, and I graduated in December of 2018 with my Doctor of Musical Arts degree, and I graduated in 2015 with my master's degree, both at University of Kentucky. I'm originally from Raleigh, North Carolina. This past year, I was in Murray, Kentucky, working as a visiting assistant professor of music at Murray State University. My term there has ended, so right now I'm looking to perform some more once things get back to normal, and also still trying to find some collegiate higher education teaching opportunities.
Wonderful. And last but certainly not least, Brittany, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Brittany Benningfield, originally from Hodgenville, Kentucky, and I graduated in May 2018 with the Doctor of Musical Arts degree, and I currently am a lecturer in voice at Southern Illinois University in Carbondale, Illinois.
Zach, what has being and I think I've actually talked to you about this before, but can you just tell the folks who are listening what being a Getchell Scholar has meant for you and what it has done for you in the longevity of your career and your training?
Of course. Since I've been at UK, I was a student at UK for quite a long time, over the course of 4 years. Actually, no, it was probably more than that, 5 years. The first Prelude I ever went to, before there was Encore, there was Prelude, our big fundraiser, and they have an open auction for scholarships. And they do one at the end of the night for the Getchell, and it was just so inspiring to be a part of that. The Getchell kind of witnessing that auction take place and seeing all the people raising their hands, supporting us, it really instilled a sense of community, just as you was saying and citing earlier. I also saw how it helped my older colleagues who were in the middle of a graduate degree. And I think it's a little bit more difficult for people to feel motivated to help in a graduate degree. Most of the time we see undergraduates getting a lot of that kind of initial support. So having that little boost and just recognition and monetary assistance for a graduate, it was, I think, really special and a pretty unique scholarship to have from my experience.
And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the Getchell Scholars, when you give to this scholarship, it not only benefits the lives of the people that you're hearing and seeing, but every single one of these individuals is going on to take on new students and taking that level of expertise, that level of experience that they were afforded because of this scholarship into teaching, into making the world a better place. And there's never been a greater time for generosity. There's never been a greater time for connection and showing love and pouring into people. And specifically, there's never been a greater time for the arts and a more important time for the world to have something beautiful, for the world to have something that's uplifting. And art has a way of uplifting and bringing people together, unlike any other thing out there. So I encourage you to continue to give. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you to our Getchell Scholars tonight for speaking so eloquently about what this scholarship has meant to you. I wish you guys the absolute best in all your future endeavors, and I know you're going to make big waves in the world.
The Tom Getchell Scholarship is a matching fund and an opportunity to change the lives of UK opera theater graduate students by giving them the means necessary to continue their education and training. This scholarship is named in honor of the late Dr. Tom Getchell, who served as a board member and president of OperaLex. With his wife Marilyn's passing earlier this year, it now honors both of them. Both Tom and Marilyn were fierce champions for our students, and you can help further their legacy by donating tonight. Graduate students are selected based on coursework, financial need, and GPA. If you care to contribute, your pledge will help these extraordinary students.
Last year, OperaLex was delighted and honored to announce the creation of the Pierce Lyons Champion of the Voice Award. And the awardees were Dr. Pierce Lyons in memoriam, Deirdre Lyons and Mark Lyons, and we were so happy that they were able to attend and accept the award. This annual award was created to honor and recognize those in our community who, through their creative ideas, generous support, are ensuring that music, especially vocal performance, is cultivated, nurtured, and thriving in our community. But before we announce the winners of the Pierce Lyons Champion of the Voice Award, we would like to play a video for you of Dr. and Mrs. Lyons when they won the Kentucky Governor's Arts Award. The Governor's Arts Award is the highest award in the arts given in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and they were winners, Dr. Lyons and Mrs. Lyons, in 2011. And they did this wonderful interview that we want to share with you. And then after that, we will announce this year's winners of the Pierce Lyons Award.
Businesses don't exist in an igloo. Businesses don't exist in the middle of the desert. They exist in a community. And in that community is where businesses look for their people, is where the businesses have to create an atmosphere which suits their people. Now, if people don't find that, they will go somewhere else.
They intentionally add works of art to make the environments richer and more meaningful.
Well, art is very important in everybody's life, and I think for people to feel good about themselves, the number one thing they need is light, natural light, and number two is to have a very pleasant place to work in, and art is very much important in that space.
First of all, I have had virtually nothing to do with the building. And so when people come in here, the first thing they say, Deirdre, as you know, is, wow. And every room has a story, and every story in many, many respects is related back to Kentucky.
They are very dedicated to the state and to making it a much better place.
Many people know about Alltech in terms of the World Equestrian Games, but Alltech was involved in the arts even prior to the World Equestrian Games. One day Pierce contacted me out of the blue and presented me with a 4-color flyer that says Alltech announces the first annual Alltech Vocal Scholarship Competition. And he handed me that and he says, well, Everett, what do you think about that? And I said, I think it's great. Fast forward 5 years, and the Alltech Vocal Scholarship Competition is the biggest competition in the United States for singers who want to pursue a degree in vocal music.
UK is developing one of the best young artist programs in the country, and we wouldn't be able to do it without the help of Alltech.
And it just makes perfect business sense to get involved with your community, to get involved with the arts, and to get involved with anything that makes the community better.
The heart and soul of Alltech, you look right at the top, Pierce and Deirdre Lyons. They take a personal interest in figuring out a way that they can make the world a better place.
Well, we all have separate gifts and talents, so Pierce would love to sing like Everett McCorvey.
Can I sing like Everett McCorvey? Let me give that some consideration. Absolutely not. I like music. I like the arts. Deirdre's way, way more artistic than I will ever be. And so long as she creates that artistic space, it will be artistic. I think if I were to try and create it, it would be chaotic.
The collaboration with Alltech in the arts is a model.
Appreciate what we've got in Kentucky, and in that appreciation realize that we have to support what we've got. People need a cause to get behind, and if it's a cause that everybody understands, like the arts, it's a no-brainer.
This year, we are pleased to announce that the 2020 Pierce Lions Champion of the Voice Award goes to a dynamic team, Terry and Gail Bryant of Bryant's Rental. Welcome, Terry and Gail.
Oh, well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah,
It's an honor.
This is a great honor, and I'd like to thank Alltech and OperaLex and UKOT, and just being a part of this is so wonderful, and they do so much for our community, and Alltech does a lot for every community that they have their businesses in all over the world, and this is just a great pleasure and honor, and thank you.
I don't know, Terry, if people know out there that you're actually a singer.
Well, yes, I try to be, Everett, and you know, that's the fun part of the UK opera program, is trying to learn how to sing properly on the air passages and not on throat muscle. I haven't quite
there you go,
mastered that yet. Yes. I keep trying.
But you have had a professional voice evaluation, so we know you can do it.
Oh, that's right.
Don't forget that.
And you've actually been in Grand Night. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Oh, that was, you know, that was a dream come true. And I thought that years ago, Cora Hughes, who got me all involved with you, by the way, Everett, Cora and I used to do the Lexington Woman Club Follies. Well, I'd get in 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers in that. And I thought, well, Grand Night, I'll get in several numbers there. I ended up in one number. There was a lot going on, and people don't realize how much all the performers go through, and that's 3 weeks, and it's a lot of hours. And they don't get paid either. And but oh, how much fun it is. Thank you for allowing me that opportunity.
You know, a lot of people ask me from time to time, how many songs do I know, or, you know, something like that. If you and Gail had to put together how many gigs you all supply things to in a year, what would that number be? I bet it'd be up in the thousands.
It would be. I have no idea, but yeah.
We certainly appreciate your support.
Well, I really appreciate you all too, and just want to put a shout out for Dr. Lugo. She's put up with me for years, and she is just a wonderful, wonderful voice instructor.
Well, it's a joy getting to know the staff and the students and watching them develop. It's just been thrilling for us to be part of all that.
Well, you guys have been great. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and congratulations on the award. You really are deserving of the Pierce Lions Champion of the Voice Award, both of you. And we look forward to many, many years of further collaboration.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I would like to say one thing that Pierce Lions would say, and they did say, do what makes your heart sing. And that is very apropos.
Yes, so true. Thank you all. Everett, thank you again for joining us tonight. And as president of OperaLex, I want to thank everyone for participating and watching this wonderful interview with Gail and Terry Bryant. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That your mind gon' let yourself be free. Oh, freedom, freedom.
let yourself be free. People walking around every day playing games and taking scores, trying to make other people lose their minds. Well, be careful you don't lose yours. Yeah, think about what you're trying to do to me. Yeah. But you might go let yourself be free. You need me, and I need you. Without each other, there ain't nothing we can do. Baby, think about it, baby. To the bone now. Think about it right now. Oh, freedom, freedom, Hey, you find there ain't nothing you could ask I can answer you without. But I was gonna change my mind if you keep doing things I don't. Hey, think about what you're trying to do to me. Baby, think you might gonna let yourself be free. You need me, and I need you. Without each other, there ain't nothing we can do. Baby, think about it right now. Think about it right now. Think about it right now. Think about it right now.
Many a lassie, as everyone knows, will try to be married before 25. So she'll agree to most any proposal. All he must be is a man and alive. I hold a dream and there's no compromising. I know there's one certain laddie for me. One day he'll come walking o'er the horizon, but should he not get an old maid I'll be. Foolish he may say, foolish I will stay, waiting for my day.
Tonight's event is dedicated to the memory of former OperaLex board members, Tom and Marilyn Getchell.
Be sure to come back tomorrow night for more performances and special guests.
Thank you all.
And good night.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you to all our sponsors for this event. This would not be possible without your support. Be sure to come back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time for more interviews and performances.